Hey guys, welcome to Chad Recap, and I'm your host Chad.
To be explaining an adventure, horror thriller movie titled Crawl. Watch out for spoilers and take care. The movie began with a group of Olympic swimmers having their training. We're introduced to the main character Helly, whom also is amongst the swimmers. They take turns in batches. Helly shows total concentration on approaching her batch as she stares deep into the water. She gives her co-athlete a serious look as they get set to dive. They dive in and start swimming. We see Helly's co-athlete slightly ahead as they get to the finishing edge. Though it was a close one, Helly's competitor took the win but didn't take it as a competition as she gives Helly a hug in excitement. After the training session, Helly reflects on how she lost to fellow children when she was little. Also we see her coach, which was her dad, trying to encourage her, and calls her the apex predator, which was a nickname he gave her. Helly's sister FaceTimes her in the locker. She informs her about a hurricane approaching their town. Also the fact that she couldn't get through to their father cause the hurricane was gonna hit the most at his area. We also get to know their parents were divorced. To this, by the way, Helly suggests to go look for their father despite her sister's attempt to stop her. Helly makes her way to her dad's house. On her way, she drives past an alligator billboard. Helly also sends a voice note to her dad as she made her way to his place. She stopped at a checkpoint as it appears the road has been blocked. An officer approached her, whom appears to be Helly's sister's ex, Wayne. Helly pleaded to let her go, but Wayne refused because the situation was getting really bad down the road. Helly agrees as she tells him to go check up on her father, to which Wayne agrees, and instructs her to turn around. Helly, driving off instead on turning around, decides to take a cut-off route to go look for her father, unable to be stopped by Wayne this time. Helly gets to her dad's place as the entire area was vacated already. She looks for her father, but no one but his dog was home. She walks around the house in search of him, as the place brings back old memories she shared with her father. Helly informs her sister on the situation of things as she suggests going to their old house. Helly drives off to the old house. She gets to the house, and again calls out to her father, but didn't get a response. She walks around the building searching for her father, but still no sight of him. Helly finds out she was running low on battery, and there wasn't any network on her smartphone. Still walking around the house, a tree fell into the house window, which scares Helly. Moments later, the dog starts backing like he found something. Helly comes around and found the under-basement entrance open, which signifies her dad must be in there. Reluctantly but curiously, Helly goes into the filthy basement. After a while of searching, she finds her father in a horrible state. Fortunately, he wasn't dead. She also noticed her father was badly injured. Helly tries dragging him so they could get to the hospital before he dies. The dog again starts barking into the basement, which signals something. Still in the basement, Helly, in the process of saving her father, an alligator burst into the basement. Frightened, Helly still tries dragging her father away from the reptile. Luckily, Helly manages to escape with her father alive, as the alligator couldn't get through because of the iron bars blocking its access. The alligator, with no choice left, turns and leaves. Helly, in fear of the alligator, had to maintain her position for a while. Moments later, Helly's father regains consciousness and thirst for water, which Helly managed to feed him using her jacket. A little recovered, her father advises her to leave without him as she shouldn't have come in the first place. We see Dad's broken bone, which was as a result of him fighting off the alligators. Moments later, Helly's phone vibrates, signifying her network was restored. But the problem was in getting the phone back, as it fell off when she encountered the reptile. Helly decides to go bring her cell phone. Her father gives her directions on routes to take. Helly gets to her phone, but instead of making her way back to safety, decides to operate the phone. She gets a pick at the alligator that attacked them earlier. A bit relieved, she proceeds to make a call. But she was greeted by another alligator just beside her. She screams in fear as she tries crawling back to safety, but was dragged back on the leg before she could get to her father. Helly screams in agony as the reptile tossed her around. She fights of the reptile with her other leg and managed to free herself. On escaping the alligator, she encounters the other one. With bravery, Helly fights off the alligators, even punchers and alligators' eye in the process. Helly gets to another point of safety. Her phone was smashed by one of the reptiles by the way. Moments later, Helly and her father knew they couldn't stay there any longer as the place was getting flooded as a result of the present hurricane. Helly's father also tries fixing his broken leg for better mobility. Helly seeks for help through the basement open brick wall. She sees potential help, which were some siblings stealing an ATM machine and vandalizing a store. We see as the both siblings were calling out to their brother whom have not had enough of the stealing. As they were waiting for their brother, the guy spots Helly's signal and walks closer to see if he could help, leaving his sister behind in the boat. We see his sister being attacked by alligators behind him. On turning back, he saw the state which his sister was in. With little time to react, he was attacked as well. Meanwhile, their brother was still in the store, not knowing what was happening. His brother breaks free and tries warning him, but was devoured properly this time. Seeing this, tries escaping, but was too late as the alligators attacks him as well. Helly, seeing all this, completely lost hope. But her dad had an idea as he tells Helly to crawl along the basement till she finds the point that all the pipes goes into the house, which is the wet wall. Helly, unnoticed by the reptiles, manages to find the wet wall, which happens to be another exit. Helly, wanting to open the exit, was attacked by ants, which frightens her. Okay, back to the exit. Helly's joy was cut short as it happens that the exit was stuck. Meanwhile, the water level was rising as the hurricane was getting stronger. Moments later, two policemen arrives, which was Wayne and his colleague. Wayne enters the house in search of Helly while the other officer keeps watch. The rescue boat got stuck, prompting the officer to get down to fix it. Bet we all know where this is heading. The officer fixed the problem, just about to get back in the boat, was distracted by a noise from a broken swing. The officer moved closer to take a look as the swing's broken chain was being dragged or something. Meanwhile, Wayne finds the entrance to the basement. Warned by Helly and father about the situation, Wayne decides to contact his colleague. Unfortunately, he was attacked in the process. On the other hand, the tempting chain breaks, making the officer run to safety, but was devoured by alligators. Back to the basement, Wayne struggles for his life as Helly tries helping him. But it was already late as the alligator dragged him away. All the noise alerts the other reptile, but Helly makes it to her father in the nick of time. Helly and father share some father-daughter moments as they encourage themselves and re-strategize on another plan, which involves Helly swimming to the stairs as her dad tries distracting the alligators with noise. The plan was progressing, not until Helly's dad was attacked, which he tries fighting off with a shovel and kill the reptile in the process. Helly decides to abort the plan as she can't make it to the stairs because of the other alligator. Helly decides to swim towards the drain pipes despite her father's warning, as it appears the alligators entered the basement through those pipes. Helly still made her way to the drain pipe. She sees Wayne's leftover, which freaks her out. Helly sees another alligator entering the basement she was in. Helly, afraid, gathered up the courage to reach for Wayne's gun, which happens to still be on him. She retrieves the gun, but was attacked immediately by the alligator as it bites into her arm. Helly fires multiple shots into the alligator's mouth, killing it, but leaving her wounded in the process. Helly managed to go through the pipes, taking the risk as she barely escapes an alligator. Meanwhile, Helly's father manages to swim towards the wet wall. He screams for Helly as he gets drowned. Helly gets into the house and tries breaking into the house floor to save her father. She draws out her father and tries to revive him as he passed out already, which she succeeded in doing. They finally get to unite with their dog. They go outside, but unfortunately the hurricane was so bad that they couldn't drive. Helly's dad suggests they go for the boat, which seemed far away from them, but was their only chance of surviving according to him, as the water level was getting even higher. He suggests they go slowly as the alligators are attracted to splashes. On their way, Helly's father couldn't go any further as they were running short of time. He encouraged Helly to swim for the boat, motivating her to swim faster than she has ever done before. Helly went for it and again makes it in the nick of time. They all get into the boat, but their joy was cut short as a flood of water approached them. The flood hit them as they crash into their house. Helly lost her father in the process. Fortunately, no one was hurt as they called out to each other. Helly's father finds a road flare which he used to search for his dog. He rescued his dog. About calling out to Helly, an alligator attacks his hand. He fights the alligator but lost his hand in the process. At this time, Helly arrives but was pursued by the alligator. She swims into a bathroom as the alligator followed after. Helly gets an idea to trap the alligator inside the bathroom, which she executed successfully. Helly unites with her father. She helps him up as they head to the rooftop. About climbing the ladder up the roof, Helly spots a rescue helicopter across a room's window which she tries waving at, but things went sideways as the wrong helicopter got the signal, breaking through the glass windows which caused water to rush into the room and shuts the room door in the process, again separating Helly from her father as she was trapped with the alligator. Helly tells her dad to get to the rooftop as she found a way out. Unfortunately, the alligator attacks her shoulder, spinning her around to make her dizzy and easier to prey on. As Helly's life flashes before her eyes as this may be her last moments. Helly, not wanting to give up, reached for the road flare which she sticks into the alligator's eyes, causing it to let go. Quickly, Helly swims out. She makes it out as it appears their entire house was almost fully submerged in water. Holding onto the roof rain gauge was saved at the nick of time as her father held onto her, helping her up the roof. Again the father and daughter unite. It seems like the only person unharmed was their dog as both father and daughter was in great pain. Another rescue helicopter flies by as they wave at it. Thanks for sticking around and please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and have a beautiful rest of your day.